morning, ladies. Welcome to today's project partnership agreement signing ceremony. And remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. Thank you, and please remain standing and join me to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please remain standing for a brief moment of silence. We do this in honor of a member of our city team. Last week on serving. As we gather to reflect and honor the dedication of all those who work to protect and serve our community. Thank you. You may be seated. My name is Lisa Morgan, and I'm the Assistant Deputy Programs Manager at the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Great Lakes and Iowa River Division, Huntington District. We are gathered here today for a momentous occasion, signing of the Project Partnership Agreement for the Milton Flood Protection Project. This agreement represents a significant step forward in safeguarding our community from the devastating impacts of flooding. We are honored to have with us today distinguished Major General Jason E. Kelly, Deputy Commanding General for Civil and Emergency Operations, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Huntington District Commander, Colonel Philip J. Valenti. State of West Virginia Senators Eric Tarr and Amy Grady. West Virginia State Delegates Daniel Limble and Delegate Evan Hall. West Virginia State Resiliency Office Director Robert Bob Martin. And we have with us today the City of Milton Town Council. Council members are Scott Bias, Scott Foster, Chase Bryant, Carl Harsmarker, and Phyllis Smith. And thank you to those in invite the commander of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Huntington District, Colonel Philip Valenti.
Good morning, Governor Morrisey, Senator Capito, Congresswoman Miller, Mayor Evans, the Honorable Mr. Tell, Mr. Hardesty, representing Senator Justice, Major General Kelly, and really all of our distinguished guests, visitors, especially our state, local, and federal partners who are here and who were unable to make it today for really joining us on this special occasion. So as Lisa said, I'm Colonel Phil Valenti, commander of the Huntington District for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. It's really my honor to be here this morning to join you for this partnering signing. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers mission is to deliver vital public and military engineering services, partnering in peace and war to strengthen our nation's security, energize the economy, and reduce risks from disasters. Nowhere is this more important and visible than right here in our own communities. Today's partnering agreement signing marks an important milestone in a project that's been in the works, as many of you all know. The City of Milton has persevered through many high water events throughout the years to this community. As a result, the city, state, the Corps, and our federal partners devised a plan to construct a levee and a flood wall that will ensure lasting protection to this community, its residents, and its businesses. Today's signing of the Second Amendment to our Project Partnership Agreement further solidifies the Army Corps of Engineers, our federal partners, the state of West Virginia, and the City of Milton's steadfast commitment to construct a flood risk management project to reduce flood risk to the residents and central business district of Milton. The general project scope will construct an approximately 8,300-foot levee and flood wall, which will be built to a 250-year level of protection. 2 pump stations for interior drainage, 1 gate closure, and a relocation of approximately 1,000 feet up the Mud River. And that's going to reduce the flood risk, protecting the community that several of my team, several of our USACE team here and call home. It's been a true privilege celebrating you, our accomplishments, both complete, ongoing, and the work that we still have done. Thank you for allowing me to be part of today's ceremony.
Thank you, Colonel Valenti. Mayor Shane, will you please join us now? Excuse me, Mayor Shane Evans.
Before I read my speech, I kind of need somebody up there with me because he helped me through the whole process. If you don't care, would you come? Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here today for what's truly a historic and long-awaited moment in the life of our city. For decades, the people of Milton have lived with constant worry that comes with being vulnerable to flooding. We've seen the damage the high water can do, not just to our homes and businesses, but to our sense of security. Today, we stand together at the beginning of a new chapter, where that no fear no longer overshadows our future. I'm incredibly proud to announce that the flood wall project for the City of Milton is finally moving forward. This is just not an outline on a blueprint. It's protection for our families, our neighborhoods, our businesses, and our future. It's the result of years of advocacy, partnership, and persistence. Look at we could not have reached this point without this Army Corps of Engineers. Their expertise, commitment, and partnership has been essential. They have worked diligently to ensure this wall will do what it is meant to do, protect our city and people. I want to also thank everyone up there who recognized the urgency of the project and made it a priority from day one. Their support and leadership have played a critical role in securing the resources and coordination needed to move forward. It's about investing in our future. Milton is not just getting strong. We're building stronger than ever. Proud day of our city. Let's carry it together. Thank you, us, City of Milton. Not like the delegate.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. I think the first thing I'd like to say to everybody today is that this has been a process that has went on for 30 plus years. And there's so many people to thank, and we'll do a whole lot more thanking once shovels start moving dirt. But first and foremost, I want to thank Senator Shelley Burkett. Senator, you've breathed new life into this project time and time again in your leadership roles within the U.S. Senate and EPW, and now as chair and formerly as ranking member. I want to thank you, but I'm going to go back a little bit further. I'm going to bet that you voted in favor of this project when you were a member of the West Virginia House of Delegates. And as a matter of fact, Congresswoman Miller did the same. Congressman Moore did the same. Attorney General Morrisey, when he was Attorney General, forgive me, Governor Patrick Morrisey, when he was Attorney General, he had to review the contracts for this to even allow this project to move forward once we had the money. So Attorney General at the time, Morrisey, knew exactly what was going on, and he knew where Milton, West Virginia was, and supported us. And now as governor, sir, I want to thank you very much for your support of this project and for your what you will sign here in just a moment. I want to thank Senator Jim Justice. When he was governor, brought us a lot of goodness and the dollars that the state had on this. And the last thing I want to say is this project has been unanimously supported at least 4 different times. For him for that, and I want to thank everybody from Weirden to Will for this project. A lot of times, our governor and our legislature have taken heat for not doing enough for flood risk mitigation. And this is a nearly $500 million project in Milton, West Virginia, and folks have now seen just how difficult it is to move these sorts of projects forward. And so I just want to thank everyone here, to the folks, to the assistant secretary. Your boss is a builder. Let's build a wall. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Evans, Delegate Level. Now please join me in Congresswoman Carol Miller. Thank you so much. I was sitting there looking at all these old friends, and I don't want to say friends that are old, but so many memories that I have, even Kim coming in this school, and I think I taught etiquette. Lori Bryce's, I don't even think she was married at that point. Yeah. Just so many memories. I belong to Milton Rotary forever and ever, and don't get to do the things I used to do because I'm in Washington taking care of you, but what a great day this is. I'm so happy to be here. We are just renewing a partnership right now in the federal and state government and doing what needs to be done. Thank you, Army Corps of Engineers. Thank you so much for all your work and dedication, the planning for this project and the regrouping and all the things that go through, and I know Daniel's lived through so much of that. The Corps does top-notch work. I've been to so many projects and will continue to look, but they are committed to various redesigns and extensive studies and then regrouping. I didn't really realize it until I started meeting with them through the years about how complicated these things can be. And none of us like flooding, and we've all had flooding, and it's just terrible. The future flood wall will greatly reduce this risk from 1 in 27 years to 1 in 250 years. And that's a great thing. I'm short and to the point. God bless you all. It's my honor to be here.
You know, on the Mud River, I think about it, Mud River, what a great name for that river, Mud River, because every time it floods, it brings all of its mud and other things into the communities of Milton and the surrounding areas. Remember the flood of 2023, I guess some of it got into this building, kids were stranded at school, dozens of homes were damaged. We saw that how quickly some of these floods can come up so quickly. We saw that certainly in Wheeling and in Fairmont most recently. But some of the, and then just last February, roads were impassable, numerous driveways, even built. And I want to tell you about little kids to enjoy it. Involved with what are known as called, this is where you assign a priority, and this has had a high priority for me for years, but over the years been able to have success with not just provision and 35 share on this particular project. I was able to state and the federal the community. It's a big bonus project. Obviously, it helps. Project really means a lot to getting it to its finality. My experience in working with the Corps of Engineers has, over the years, has been one of great admiration for their engineering skills. But what I really like about the Corps, and we get to have them just because they're in the Huntington district, and I know Carol sees this a lot, is the one-on-one, the community care that the Corps takes. The Corps covers, I mean, this Corps covers how many members of Congress do you have? And we have huge, getting on John is difficult. We have their community felt 14 community voices. And I was able to Governor Justice make all these decisions. Justice is very certain lawyers been added to great to know. Thank you. Thanks to Senator Capito, and please join me in welcoming Governor Morrisey.
Thank you very much, Lisa, and thanks to all the dignitaries that came out today. I know from my tenure as Attorney General, this has been going on for a very, very long time. And I want to start out, I want to shout out some of the staff that were working on the contracts. It seemed like it went on for years. So I'm grateful for, quite frankly, all the people on the team that put this together. I'm going to talk about some of the members of the team in terms of the things they did in just a moment. But there's so many dignitaries here. I want to make sure I'm not going to forget anyone, but we'll talk about some now and some a little bit later. Thanks for Adam Tell for coming out here today. Very grateful, and for General Kelly. It's just terrific that you're showing the administration's commitment to West Virginia. That makes a really big difference. Thanks to the mayor, thanks to all the local state senators and delegates. Daniel Linville used to just wear me out on this stuff all the time for years. So that's probably not a surprise to anyone who knows Daniel. But it is a great privilege to be here in Milton. And Senator Capito, by the way, is right. You have to come back during the Pumpkin Festival, but I would add one more thing. The pumpkin ice cream is off the charts, and you have to have that. It's pretty incredible. Today, we mark a major milestone in a long-awaited project. And I think we all know this is going to help protect the city and this region from flooding and the threats of flooding. And thanks to our state and federal partners, today marks a turning point in the efforts to ensure that this area has the infrastructure it needs to move forward safely. Today's signing of the project partnership agreement for the Lower Mud River, that actually solidifies a strong partnership. That agreement can reduce the risk of flooding for families, for homes, and businesses that make up the heart of Milton, which is such an amazing place. As many of you know, unfortunately all too well, back to 1997, the flooding going back a century when I was going through the history books. One of the most devastating came in 97 when the Lower Mud overflowed and a lot of damage was done. Over $23 million back then, a lot of resources, and impacted the community in fundamental ways. Those who lived through that flood, many of them lost everything. But perhaps worst of all, the peace of mind of knowing that you couldn't predict what was happening, that there was such a need for basic maintenance to be put in place. This project, I think, is going to be very helpful. It's made possible through strong bipartisan cooperation, and obviously includes an 8,300-foot levee, a flood wall, 2 new pump stations, a gate closure, and the relocation of nearly 1,000 feet of the Mud River. Quite a monumental task, and that's why the cost of this overall is well over $400 million. That's a substantial commitment, and thanks to Senator she's not you're trying to put budgets together so much when you have a team looking out for you. So I really am grateful for the delegation for all of their work. I think when the final design with the complete down pavement, such good work for the real estate and ultimately for construction to be 2028. So, now in West Virginia, this earlier this year, we experienced a very heavy results. We requested a federal disaster. Thanks to a lot of hard work with our office and the federal delegation, we were able to achieve individual for the counties that were hardest hit. McDowell, Wayne, the recovery process, it doesn't happen overnight. And we have to put a lot of work in to make sure that we're rebuilding. The state agencies are on the point trying to make that happen. I want to thank all the hard workers at the DOH, all the people at DNR, the Swift Boat Rescue folks, who do such amazing work. It's a team. And that's why, I may be signing a document today, but it's the team underneath that's doing unbelievable things, and I'm deeply grateful. That was tens of thousands of manpower hours, the work put in by the Guard and others. It makes a big difference. And so I really am grateful. And I can mention to you that since January of this year alone, the state and federal government's on pace to spend over $100 million combined when you look at the state share and federal share. And that wouldn't happen without the great partnerships that we have in place. Because they know that floods that come in, they're not partisan activities. We have to all work together and make sure that very positive things are happening. We know that there's a lot of tough recovery going on in Ohio and in Marion counties as well. Ohio County just experienced 9 deaths from the Father's Day floods. I've been up there 6 times, and we're trying to do our best to help that community recover. So the work keeps going, but we have to continue until everything is done, and we're not going to abandon our post. We want to be there for West Virginia, continue to be there for you into the future. And now, with the second one we're going to announce today, I can tell you that this is a big project, but there are others that we just did recently as well. Thanks to the senator and senators, we were able to do those flood studies from just a couple of weeks ago. That was, once again, federal match. We came in and we put $3 million in, and that was work from my